first solo album.
Yes.
Revival.
Yep.
Kicking butt, like, internationally.
Yes.
You're hitting South Korea with a vengeance. Germany.
Yeah. Yes.
You're in the charts.
Yes.
Bro.
It's pretty surreal at this point. You know, this is my first solo EP. You know, I've never released music outside of this as a solo artist. So to get this kind of reaction and this kind of love, it's blowing my mind. Really, it is. And I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful that people still checking for me and wanting to hear something from myself. So it's amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. And just so was it completely your own desire to do this? Like, you know, it was your thing. This is something I have to do.
Yeah. I mean, just last year I was hit with a pretty traumatic experience. I was diagnosed with a tumor called a mieloblastoma, which is a jaw tumor that basically eats away bone and eats away facial tissue. So it's really weird how, you know, out of nowhere, it's not hereditary or anything like that this doctor tells me, you know, you have this rare tumor. And what happened is allowed me to put things into perspective, because before I was very content, you know, and it's funny, you know how life works and how the universe works is that when you're good in something or you think you're okay and content, that's when, you know, it starts to change and things start to kind of make you feel like, all right, you know what, you're a little too comfortable. Let's switch a bit. And I believe that was God's way of telling me, like, you know what, you have more to do. You have more mountains to climb. You have more hills and valleys to overcome. So with that being said, I went and took that opportunity of understanding why this was happening to me, but we went into the positive inward state to go, you know what, I don't know why this has happened to me, but I do know that I'm going to overcome it and I'm going to be fine. So we moved to Miami. Me and my wife and my whole family relocated to be closer to the surgeon who wanted to do the surgery. Now, prior to the other doctor told me it would be a year of recovery because they was going to take a piece of my bone in my hip and take that and put it into my jaw to replace where the tumor had took the bone from. And I was very nervous because obviously music is my livelihood. Not only do I love it, but I take care of my family with it.
Yeah.
So,
sure.
Yeah. So I went to this other doctor in Miami, and he told me that he would do this a different procedure, a way more advanced procedure, and would have me back up in 3 months. So
wow,
the change from that was like really crazy because I was like, okay, you're telling me you can do it in 3 months, and this other guy said he can do it in a year, and he was telling me, you know, I specialize in this particular tumor. So where other maxillofacial surgeons may dabble in this, I really focus on tumors consistently day in and day out. I mean, this guy did on a regular basis, he does about 4 to 5 surgeries with tumors a day.
So wait, so this is not an uncommon situation?
No, well, it makes up 1% of the world's tumors. So it's very rare in the sense of the world having it. So it's about, I think the note was somewhere from 200,000 to 500,000 people across the world that would have this particular
That's
tumor.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they would come and see him and a few other doctors who specialize in this, but he would see, I would say at least 100 patients a year from this tumor.
Yeah.
And
wow.
So he told me it wasn't going to be easy, but he did say that you know, when you come out of this, you'll be back to normal. And it was 7 hours worth of surgery. They ended up taking all of my jaw from here to here. They removed the jaw completely and replaced it with a titanium plate. So so that was really the spark that really ignited the flame of me taking my musical career serious as a singer, because I just felt like, you know, I consistently heard God telling me, if you don't use this, you will lose your gift. And the gift of writing was great, and I wrote a lot of hits for a lot of people, but I felt like this was him saying, this is your time now. This is your moment to be able to showcase what you have to say.
Incredible. So that titanium plate, Lo, so that, I guess, to parallel it a little bit, like kind of a hip replacement, like it would naturally fit into your jaw socket?
Yes.
Okay.
So they measured the jaw beforehand to find that groove that can fit completely. So when they took the jaw out completely, they scaled it alongside with the titanium plate. So it's connected to the bone here, and it's connected to my other bone here, to the bone here. So it's almost it's all, yeah, it's a bit of a socket kind of thing. It just kind of latched on. They screwed it in, and I was good to go. Yeah.
Wow.
It's amazing what you can't tell. Like,
Yeah, you can't tell.
I can't
No,
tell.
that's
If you don't tell
incredible.
anybody, no one would know. You're like the $6 million man walking around.
Absolutely, 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 yeah. So
Wow.
it's really, it blows my mind, like, you know, that the technology has came so far from when people have died from this particular tumor
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
to now, where, you know, 3 months later, I'm speaking to you guys. And then once I got the ability to start to open my mouth a little more and be able to sing, I went right to the studio and recorded Mad Love.
Wow.
Against doctor's orders.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
I
right.
was like,
Yeah.
Well, what a spiritual
I got
renewal,
it.
To come out of that, like on the other side, knowing, hey, I'm good again.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It was, yeah, go ahead.
here's a question. I promise you, Los, I've never asked anybody before. Do
Okay.
you have that piece of the jaw?
I don't.
I don't think they let you keep it.
That is a very good question, though. I don't. But what they did give me was a video of
Wow.
the surgery.
Did you look at it?
And they took some pictures. Yeah, I saw the picture of the tumor. Oh my gosh, it was as hard as a rock, and it was about that big. And it was growing. And the reason why I didn't know that I had it, because it wasn't growing outward; it was growing inward
so it was just
into my tongue.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
It was growing. Yeah, it was growing into my tongue the opposite way. So they had them having to, luckily, well, they cut some nerve endings of the tongue, but it was growing into the tongue area. So they had to do some really surgery outside and on the inside of my mouth as well.
Good Lord. Well,
So-
feel free to send us footage. We can include it in here.
Be like, this is Jackie's Boy exclusive. We got the surgery of a life.
It's a hit.
You know what? I might put that on paper.
Yeah, there, yeah, for sure.
Wow.
The tumor
For sure.
of Jackie's
Yeah,
Boy now.
that's insane.
So how was recovery as far as your voice? Like, I imagine that tumor, as it grew inward, it must have affected your voice a
Well,
bit.
your tongue would be a bit.
Like your whole vocal technique, like it.
Well, surprisingly, no,
Really?
it didn't really affect the singing much. The only part that I experience now is numbness. From here to here is completely numb. And they did tell me that eventually nerves do come back. But at this point now, you know, they really can't tell. So I just have to kind of, you know, go
so
with
if
the
you
flow.
get punched there, somebody might break a fist.
Oh, I can't feel it. I feel sorry for the hand that does punch this side.
Yeah, titanium.
All of it broken everywhere. This side, I'm going to sleep. This side,
Not so much.
I feel sorry for the guy who does that.